Smith with Mustang-360.com. One of the most common modifications that Mustang owners make is to install a set of aftermarket control arms. We've got a set of these beautiful looking billet units cut from aluminum from Bob's Auto Sports. What we're going to do today is show you how to install these on this '09 Mustang GT. It's not very difficult, so come check out how we do it. All right, so what we're about to do now is disconnect the parking brake cable because it runs through the control arm. So we have to release it from the lever, slide it out of the parking brake. And once it's removed, we can slide it away from the control arm. It'll be out of the way and we can do the control arm swap. Okay, so we've got the Mustang GT up in the air. We've disconnected the parking brake cable and we have the rear supported with a pole jack. This way, the load is off the arm and we can loosen the bolts for the arm and take the arm out of the car. So let's go ahead and break these free and then get the bolts out. There we go. And we'll get the front one next. Left the back bolt in so the arm doesn't go flying out. All right, so get the nut out. This nut out. And then the control arm comes out of the car. As you can see, the factory control arm is just a piece of stamped steel with rubber bushings, and there's often a lot of deflection in the rubber bushings, as you can see. You can see these are kind of worn out. Car has a few miles on it. And one of the advantages of going to an aftermarket control arm is that you'll have polyurethane bushings that are a little bit stiffer, they don't deflect as much, and that'll transfer more horsepower to the ground. All right, so it's always important to throw a little grease on your polyurethane bushings anytime you install new control arms. This will help the arms move up and down smoothly and also prevent that squeak that everybody can't stand. So we're good and greased up, as you can see. Got the front one done, and we'll put these arms up into the car. Man, these things are light. So we'll line up the hole best we can, get it snugged up. Once we got the arm hanging in the car, we'll go ahead and grease up the other side. Generally on these cars, the back side takes a little persuasion to get up in there. So we got that greased up. And we might need a hammer to get this going. It'll only go so far, and then at that point, some point, you're gonna need a hammer to tap into place. So as you can see, the hole didn't line up with the hole in the control arm, so it's easy just to get in there with a awl and make sure that you got a good line up there so the bolt goes in smoothly. So even though we have the arm in place and we have the hole lined up by the eye, the bolt probably will not want to slide in, which it doesn't, so I'm going to give it a little tap, get it started. Control arm bolt is held in place with this nut that has the handy tab on it already installed. It stays in the car. We'll move to the front. So the last piece of the puzzle is attaching the brake cable, which is important. So we'll run that through the control arm, up into the bracket. Okay, so the brake cable is reattached, and now we'll just slide the clip on. So now that the clip is in place and the cable is back on, all we gotta do is grease our fittings, put the wheel back on, and go hit the road. We're gonna just connect the grease gun to the Zerk fittings, give it 3 pumps, and that's all she wrote.